Hey guys, I'm about to do a lower body workout. I put together some of my favorite moves. Check it out. So for my first exercise, we're gonna do split squats. I like to use a decent amount of weight. I put one leg on top of the bench, and then I get my knee out a far enough distance so that when I go down, my knee is not going over my toe. So I'm gonna do about 5 reps. Make sure you're going down slow and controlled. There you go. And squeeze at the top. So now we are changing to the next exercise. We like to call these explosive squats. So we put a 10 on the weight. The weight is light, but the way we add our resistance is we incorporate our resistance bands. So he puts one on that side, I put one on this side. We go through 2 loops and we take it up and over on the inside. These are really good. They're not your normal squat, but they're really good to help with explosion and really building those muscles, so the quad muscles. So you take this, and you get back towards the bench, and you're gonna do an explosive squat. So you go down slow and up fast. So whew. So as you can see, the resistance bands help add a little more resistance as opposed to just doing your heavy weight. And it's a great way, if you don't have weights, you can use a broomstick, put some, resistance bands on it. But preferably, if you have a bar, this is the ideal way to do it. You notice he's going down really slow and he's coming up, exploding through, pushing through his heels and squeezing at the top. There you go. I also like this workout because being a former athlete, I was missing that explosive piece to my game. So I can relate to a lot of athletes. So as he's doing it, you notice his chest is straight up and he's not like bending over. So the proper squat, it's important to keep your upper body straight up and down and your knees aren't going past your toes. So now we are going to do a back lunge into a shoulder press. This is a full body movement. You go back, then you push up. You got 5 each leg. It's a good way to work on your balance. Make sure when you're bringing that knee up, you're driving it up and your foot is dorsiflex. Try to get the same depth and the same distance on your back lunge. So now we're gonna do an exercise that works your inner abductor and your outside glute. So you put it on your inside leg, you take a step out to get as much resistance as you can, and you take your foot, your leg, and you bring it in. Just like that, slow and controlled motion. Ooh. So there is resistance, so it's important that you're balancing on your outside leg so that way it doesn't pull you back. So then you literally keep it on the same foot, you rotate. You may have to take a slight step in because of the resistance, and you do the same thing to your outside. 8. This is the same concept as the exercise a couple exercises ago. We are adding more resistance on the bar so that we have to use less heavy weight, but we still have a good amount of resistance. So these are hip thrusts. So now you lift your shoulders up on the back of the bench, you get low in depth, and you push through your hips. This is a great exercise for your hamstrings and your glutes. There you go. You see how he's pushing through his hips and his glutes. His shoulders are on the bench, and he's getting the same depth every time he goes down. There you go. This is one of the best exercises to build your glute muscles and your hamstring muscles. Whew. So this next exercise is RDLs. So RDLs target your hamstrings and your glutes. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. You're grabbing it and you're coming up. So slow and controlled. Pull up through your hamstrings and your heels. Slow and controlled. You'll notice how he has a slight bend in his knee. He's rolling right down his shin, and he's coming up to his mid-quad. So this movement is a little different from a squat, where you're normally coming up and you're squeezing through. You don't want to do that with RDL. You just want to come up a good amount so that you still feel the pulling in your hamstring and you're not overexerting your back. So I let you guys in on some of my favorite lower body exercises for your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads. As you can see, I incorporated my bands. You can do a lot of these workouts without any weight. All you need is a stable piece of furniture or something that you can put your bands around, and you will be working the same muscles with or without weight if you have a resistance band. So, try it out. Let me know how it goes. And remember, while you're doing these exercises, your form is way more important than the amount of weight you are using. You can do these with or without weights, and make sure you grab you some bands.